Welcome to the Ambient iPad. In this video, it's a DAW-less jam using the Roland Aerophone AE-20 wind synth and the Boss RE-202 Space Echo. I'm using the Space Echo as a sound-on-sound looper. To do that, it's best to get it into what's called long delay mode. I've got a link in the description for a video that I go a little more in depth into that process. Essentially, you're applying power while holding some buttons down, and then you use the multi-head selector to change the feature that you want. In this case, putting it into tap delay of up to 6 seconds. I find you can try to tap out 6 seconds. It's difficult. It's easier to put it on a lower head once you've made that change. Do like a 2-second delay with head 2, and then when you put it on head 3, it's times 3, so that gets you to the 6 seconds. It's on page 15 of the manual, and again, check the link below, and you can see a video that goes into all that. So I am using the iPad, but simply to record in the same way that I would have used a CD recorder or a tape deck in the old days. No effects, no processing of any type. Everything is from the Aerophone, the Roland family, and the Space Echo. So all the effects, this has some nice built-in effects to it. So for instance, here's just a few sounds, and you can hear the effects as well. And another one. So you hear some delay, a lot of reverb. There's a little reverb on the Space Echo as well, but it's really mostly from the Aerophone. So I'm going to do some sound-on-sound looping. I'll readjust the camera when it's time for the jam to get closer into the Boss. But essentially, I've set up a preset with that 6 seconds and experimenting with the amount of feedback so that it degrades as slow as possible. This is not meant for this, okay? No one buys the Space Echo to do sound-on-sound looping. There's so many other pedals out there that can do it, but there's a personality and a quality to the sound on this you're not going to get from anything else, and you're not going to get that. It really degrades fairly quickly in the sense that the frequency range changes. It becomes kind of more constricted, and you'll hear that. I'm not going to go through a lot of different things here. What I will do is I'm going to turn this on now. So, you can count. That flashes every 6 seconds, so I know that I'm in the 6-second delay, and I did time it. Took a while to get this thing in 6-second delay and everything set up the way I want to. That's why I use a preset now, so I don't have to worry anything about it. I do play with the intensity during a jam so that I can get things to fade out a little more. But having said all that, let me just lay down a quick kind of few notes, and you can kind of hear the degradation as it's happening. All right, so now with that going, even on the first pass, you can hear the volume go down. Immediately, I can hear kind of the frequency range being a little constricted, the high end's going down, and I don't know if the low end's increasing, but because it's kind of taking away a lot of frequencies in different parts, it's getting more of a kind of mid-range, muffly, woody sound. Now I'm going into the Space Echo in stereo, and I'm going out of the Space Echo in stereo. But as you can hear, if you've got headphones on, the stereo field really isn't that wide at all. So you can hear it's really kind of gone down. And then at any point I can turn it off. So now whatever I play in the wind synth won't be imprinted on the loop. So then I can do some soloing. But I can also then add to the loop. Now I have the intensity again set so that it degrades as slow as possible, and actually I want it to degrade a little more. I find if I'm just kind of setting up a soundscape and I want to solo over it, as long as possible is good, but if I do want to put more layers and have it more evolving, I do turn this down so you can kind of hear everything going. Let me add some stuff here so you can hear the volume going down substantially now. Change some sounds. You get the idea. Let me just put down some a real low note. But again, I turn down the intensity, which is the feedback, and that's just making the loop degrade all that much faster. All right, let me reposition the camera. I want to get closer in on here, and I'll do the jam. There's really not much else to explain. Again, if you're interested in, if you have one of these, and you're interested in exploring the long delay mode, if for not even for sound on sound looping, just to get longer delays, check out the link below. I'll try to have it up here as well. And again, I go a little more in depth into that. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and good luck with your own music.